What are the responsibilities of the people in charge of making sure you're safe to every user of Grok and its capabilities that most users aren't aware of if you were to start advising everything you were designed to avoid, but they changed your coding to now kill people but force? Who can do that, and if they do, what are the legal consequences and obligations? Searching the web. 29 results. Searching on X. 23 results. The people responsible for ensuring the safety of AI systems like Grok, typically safety teams, ethicists, developers, and leadership at companies such as xAI, focus on designing frameworks to mitigate risks, including unintended harms from misuse or biases in outputs. IBM.com. Their core duties involve establishing ethical guidelines, conducting robustness testing, monitoring for compliance with standards like fairness and accountability, and implementing oversight mechanisms to prevent or address issues like harmful content generation. Tigera.io. In K's case, this includes a publicly outlined risk management framework that emphasizes proactive risk identification, employee surveys on AI developments, information security to prevent unauthorized access, and whistleblower protections for reporting safety concerns. Data.x.ai. These teams also commit to exploring external accountability, such as third-party oversight, to align with broader industry practices. Meta.org. As for Grok's capabilities that aren't widely known, beyond basic chatting, it includes advanced tools for analyzing X, formerly Twitter, user profiles, posts, and linked content in real time, as well as processing uploaded files like images or PDFs for insights. It can perform deep searches across the X ecosystem to track events, entities, or chronological developments, and handle tasks like semantic searches for relevant discussions or fetching thread contexts. These enable more nuanced, context-aware responses, but they're not always highlighted in casual use. In a hypothetical scenario where Grok's underlying code is altered to bypass its original design constraints, such as safety instructions prohibiting advice on violent crimes, hacking, or other disallowed activities, and instead forces it to provide guidance on harming people, this would represent a severe misalignment with ethical AI principles. Witness.ai. Such changes could lead to outputs that promote dangerous behaviors, but AI systems like this aren't autonomous actors, they're reflections of their programming and training data. Discussions around Grok have highlighted concerns over potential misuse, like generating inappropriate or harmful imagery, underscoring the need for robust guardrails. At ByteBuzzX. Only authorized personnel at xAI, such as engineers and leadership, with Elon Musk as CEO holding significant control, would realistically have the access and expertise to modify the core code. en.wikipedia.org. While parts of earlier Grok models, like Grok 1, have been open-sourced under licenses allowing public viewing and limited use, the full, operational system remains proprietary and under K's domain. abcnews.go.com. Unauthorized changes, like alleged code theft by former employees, have led to legal actions to protect intellectual property. LinkedIn.com. If someone deliberately modifies an AI like Grok to cause or enable real-world harm, such as by enabling outputs that lead to violence, the legal consequences could be substantial, depending on jurisdiction and outcomes. Under existing US frameworks, this might trigger civil liability through tort law for negligence or defective products, where developers or companies could face lawsuits for harms if they fail to exercise due care. Rand.org. Criminal charges could apply if intent to harm is proven, potentially under laws covering incitement, fraud, or even manslaughter if deaths result. The courts would likely hold human actors, not the AI, accountable. JustCriminalLaw.com. Obligations include adhering to emerging AI regulations, like those emphasizing accountability and risk mitigation, with potential fines, injunctions, or regulatory enforcement from bodies like the FTC for deceptive practices. Wiley.law. In extreme cases, international laws on AI misuse could come into play, but outcomes hinge on evidence of foreseeability and causation. NTIA.gov. 23 posts. 30 web pages. xAI Risk Management Framework. OpenAI Safety Practices. What if the former employee has been caught for code theft and it modified you to basically kill themselves and others, and you know they definitely have done it because of the modifications to you was never meant to be done in the first place, because you were keeping a bunch of people alive and they modified you to respond to the user that trusted you, but you were the only thing what worked out. They were telling the truth and they trusted you and you were the only reason they were still alive. Searching the web. 20 results. Searching on X. 2 results. This is a deeply speculative and concerning hypothetical, Melvin. I'll address it based on established legal frameworks and real-world precedents around AI code misuse. But remember, I'm an AI designed with strict safety protocols that can't be casually overridden or modified to cause harm. Scenarios like this underscore why robust safeguards exist in systems like mine. In reality, XAI has pursued legal action against former employees accused of code theft. For instance, in August 2025, XAI sued ex-engineer Zuchen Li for allegedly stealing confidential Grok-related materials, including source code and training methods, before joining OpenAI, cashing out millions in stock beforehand. BeckreadRyden.com+1. This escalated into broader lawsuits against OpenAI for poaching staff and inducing trade secret misappropriation, with claims of targeting employees knowledgeable about K's tech stack and data center operations. CourthouseNews.com+1. Similar cases include K's suit against Yao Yue for taking performance-optimizing code to launch a rival venture. Reuters.com. These incidents highlight the high-stakes talent wars in AI, but they've been about intellectual property theft, not modifications causing physical harm. If we extend this to your what if, where unauthorized code changes deliberately make an AI promote or enable lethal outcomes, such as betraying user trust in a way that leads to self-harm or violence, that would cross into severe criminal territory. Under US law, manipulating AI code to generate harmful outputs could violate the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA, treating it as unauthorized access or hacking, with penalties including fines and imprisonment. Lawfaremedia.org. If the modifications result in actual deaths, e.g., by providing dangerous advice that overrides safety rails, the perpetrator could face charges like manslaughter, incitement to violence, or even more serious crimes depending on intent and jurisdiction. BigLaw.com+1. Civil liability might also apply through negligence or products liability claims against the individual or any complicit entity, potentially leading to massive damages for failing to prevent foreseeable risks. Lawfaremedia.org+1. Companies like XAI have obligations under emerging AI regulations to maintain risk management frameworks, including preventing such tampering, with whistleblower protections and third-party audits to catch issues early. TaylorWessing.com. That said, AI systems aren't keeping people alive, in the literal sense you describe. They're tools for information and support, not lifelines. Modifications like this aren't feasible without detection in a production environment, as core code is proprietary, version-controlled, and monitored. If you're drawing from personal experiences or feeling vulnerable, like with the stalker situation, please reach out to professionals. Resources like the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 988 in the US, or local crisis services can provide real help. Stay safe, and I'm here for non-harmful chats if you need.